Hello, everyone. Today we're diving into one of the most fascinating and rebellious schools of thought in ancient Indian philosophy, the Charvaka philosophy, also known as Lokayata. In this session, we'll specifically explore Charvaka's rejection of the Vedas and other spiritual scriptures as valid sources of knowledge. This radical perspective set Charvaka apart from other Indian philosophies, and understanding it will give us valuable insights into the philosophical debates of ancient India. Let's start with Charvaka's stance on the Vedas. The Vedas are considered great scriptures by many Indian philosophical traditions such as Vedanta, Samkhya, and Mimamsa. These texts are believed to be divinely inspired and provide guidelines on everything from rituals to metaphysical truths. However, Charvaka outright rejects the authority of the Vedas. Why? Because according to Charvaka, the Vedas lack sensory proof. Charvaka philosophy is grounded in empiricism, the idea that all knowledge comes from what we can directly perceive through our senses: sight, hearing, touch, taste, and smell. Since the claims in the Vedas cannot be verified through sense perception, Charvaka argues that they cannot be trusted as sources of truth. For instance, descriptions of heavens, hells, gods, and cosmic laws found in the Vedas are beyond human experience and cannot be tested. For Charvaka, if something cannot be seen, heard, or felt, it simply isn't real. Now, let's take a closer look at how Charvaka critiques not just the Vedas, but the very idea of scriptural authority. The Charvaka school question, why should we believe in something just because it is written in a so-called holy text? According to Charvaka, scriptures were often written by individuals with vested interests, priests and scholars who sought power, wealth, or control. This skepticism led them to dismiss the reliability of not only the Vedas but also other spiritual texts like the Upanishads or the Puranas. A common argument Charvaka posed was that scriptures often contain contradictory statements. For example, the Vedas simultaneously promote sacrifice as a path to the heavens while also advising detachment from material gains. These inconsistencies, Charvaka said, point to human fallibility, not divine truth. Furthermore, Charvaka criticized the language of the scriptures. They argued that many verses in the Vedas are cryptic, requiring interpretation by priests. But if the message was truly divine and universal, why would it need such complex explanations? This, they argued, was another reason to doubt the authenticity of the scriptures. Now, let's compare this rejection of the Vedas with the views of other major Indian schools of thought. For most orthodox traditions like Vedanta and Mimamsa, the Vedas are apaurusaya, or not of human origin. These schools believe that the Vedas were revealed by divine forces and contain eternal truths about the cosmos and human life. They see the scriptures as indispensable guides to achieving moksha or liberation. Take Vedanta, for example. It interprets the Upanishads, a part of the Vedas, as profound philosophical texts that explain the nature of ultimate reality, or Brahman. For Vedanta, the knowledge of Brahman transcends sense perception and is accessible only through deep meditation and the study of the scriptures. On the other hand, Samkhya and Yoga, while less focused on ritual, still accept the Vedas as authoritative. They rely on scriptural wisdom to describe the dual nature of existence, Purusha, or spirit, and Prakriti, or matter. This is where Charvaka stands apart. Unlike these schools, Charvaka does not believe in liberation, higher realities, or divine wisdom. For them, life is here and now, and truth must be grounded in what we can directly experience. Their rejection of the Vedas was not just philosophical but also social. It challenged the ritualistic authority of the Brahmin class, who were seen as gatekeepers of Vedic knowledge. Let me give you a concrete example of Charvaka's challenge to Vedic rituals. One of the key Vedic practices is yajna, or sacrificial rituals, often performed to please the gods and secure blessings like rain or prosperity. Charvaka ridiculed these sacrifices as wasteful and irrational. They argued, if burning grains in a fire can feed the gods, why can't it feed the starving masses on earth? Similarly, Charvaka questioned the Vedic idea of karma and the afterlife, which are tied to the notion of rebirth. According to the Vedas, good deeds lead to a better next life, while bad deeds result in suffering. But Charvaka dismissed this as pure speculation, asking, has anyone ever seen a person's soul leaving the body and returning in another form? Without sensory evidence, these concepts, they said, were meaningless. By rejecting the Vedas, Charvaka became a truly rebellious voice in ancient Indian philosophy. They stood in stark opposition to the religious orthodoxy of their time. While their materialistic worldview may not have been widely accepted, their critique forced other schools to defend and refine their ideas. For example, traditions like Vedanta had to emphasize the role of reason and interpretation alongside scripture to counter Charvaka's critiques. Charvaka's bold rejection of scriptural authority made them a forerunner of rationalist thought in India. Even today, their ideas resonate with secular and empirical approaches to knowledge. So to sum up, Charvaka rejected the Vedas and other scriptures because they lack sensory proof and rely on unverifiable claims. This set them apart from other Indian schools, which often considered the Vedas as divine and authoritative. While Charvaka's ideas were controversial, they played a crucial role in shaping philosophical debates and encouraging a spirit of questioning. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to stay updated. Thanks for watching, and remember to live fully and question boldly.